Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had the fantastic opportunity to participate in this very inspiring conference for 3 days. I've had the chance to talk to many people. I learned a lot, and I had some déjà vus, some discussions that reminded me on discussions we're having in Germany, we're having in Europe, and that I know from other parts of the world. And I would like to share just one observation and one of these déjà vus with you, and it's about the integration of reliable renewables into the grid, which seems to be one of the key challenges in India, and rightly so it's addressed. But let me share an anecdote of Germany. 20 years ago, the German utilities and the system operators ran a very large advertisement campaign, huge ads all over the country that were basically saying, we love renewables. Renewables, that's great, but dear people, you have to understand our system can only integrate 4%. 4%, that's more is not possible, then the system will crash. I've shown in the last days that we are currently at 30% renewables, 20% is reliable, and in some areas we are up to 80, 90, 100% on the distribution level. We know from international experience that up to 15% reliable renewables is easily integratable in any system in the world. That's what international experience tells us. If you go beyond this 15%, you have to do something. You have to improve skills, you probably have to improve the lines, and you have to improve the flexibility of the system. So there's some work to be done, and it's good that India is addressing the grid. That's one of the key elements, and I'm quite confident that India will be able to work on the grid in a way that higher shares of reliable renewables are integratable. It is actually quite interesting to see that those two countries of the world with the highest shares of reliable renewables, Germany and Denmark, at the same time are number 1 and number 2 in terms of system reliability. System reliability in Germany is actually improving over the last years, despite of high shares of reliable renewables. Ladies and gentlemen, Germany is the leading country of the industrialized world in terms of renewables. Sometimes one feels a bit lonely, and we often criticize for being the only one among the G20 countries. I usually say, well, we're not the only one, we're just the first. And India will probably be the one who is then leading the emerging and the developing world. And if India is doing this, and I'm quite confident that this will happen, we're already 2 in the G20. And I think India and Germany together as world leaders in terms of renewables can be a pretty powerful team. I'm going back to Germany now, this evening, but I'm quite sure, I'm 100% sure that I will hear a lot about renewables in India in the next months and years, and I will happily follow what you're doing here. I thank everybody who was contributing to this conference, which was very inspiring. Thank you very much.